listening to Average Joe's Chess, a chess podcast made by average chess players, but exceptional lovers.
We're gonna make love to you. Average Joe's Chess. We're gonna make love to you. Average Joe's Chess.
So, yeah, what were you saying, Joe? First, you're doing the podcast standing up.
Yeah, so this is take two because in the initial take, I thought I'd stand up, kind of just stretch the old legs and whatnot, and completely forgot that I was stark bollock naked because it's a really hot day. And, I could just feel sunlight on my face and realise that I was just in the window. So it's take two.
Joe, you have ruined episode 8 for me now, knowing that you're recording this stark bollock naked. I'm sat here sweltering in this hot garage, and you're in your loft, bollock naked in front of the window, speaking to me, recording a pod. It's disgusting.
You think
Put some clothes on?
You think you've got it bad? How do you think my neighbours feel? they just got a real good sight of something they didn't want to see.
Oh, nobody wants to see. You don't even want to see that.
Mate,
Nobody wants to see that thing. Put it away.
Yeah, it's. I'm hoping take two is slightly more PC. I'm good to go now.
Joe, Fizz, you know, like when you were a boy in Sicily, you just used to love walking around naked, didn't you? All the time. Any opportunity you got, you'd whip your trousers and pants down.
Yeah, I've got this one good memory of when my brother's friend came round and they hadn't seen me for about maybe like 4 or 5 hours that he'd been there. And just as he was about to leave and his parents had come to pick him up, he just said, like, "Where is Joe? Like, I haven't seen him all day." And I just jumped down the stairs completely naked and just kind of just shook it in his face and just went, and then just kind of ran off. And he's like, "All right, there he is." Just had a thing for kind of taking my clothes off as a kid. I don't know why.
Oh, you were a kid at the time. I just wanted to clarify that you were all children and you weren't an adult.
Yeah,
Adults doing
it was completely acceptable at the time. I don't do it anymore. I mean, I just did it literally on the first take of the podcast, but that was the first time for a while.
This is the worst ever start to a podcast. So, we're supposed to be talking chess. We're not supposed to be talking about your bloody Todger.
Ow.
Episode 8, Joe Furs. Episode 8.
The viewers get what the viewers want.
Oh, thank God there's no viewers. They're just listening.
That's a very good point. Oh, I imagine if we were filming in 4K.
Oh, I don't even know what that is, but it sounds scary. God, no. Yeah, Joe Furs.
Yeah.
Talk chess with me, man. Talk chess. It's episode 8. It's bloody hot again. I'm in this garage. I'm sweating my nuts off. You're there naked in your loft, showing your sweaty nuts off. And what we got coming up? I test you every week. We've had a big chat. What we got coming up?
So I've heard today we're talking chess journeys and how we kind of got into chess and what. See, I've actually remembered this week. So yeah, a little bit about chess.
That's why I'm laughing.
A little bit about our what we've been exceptionally loving, what we've been up to in the week.
Oh yeah,
this and that. You know how it is.
I know how it is, Joe Fuzz. We have exceptionally loved. I've exceptionally loved some good stuff this week, which I'll tell you about a bit later. I think you pretty much got it there. Why don't we kick off then? Should we discuss ratings? Get that out the way to start with. It's probably not even interesting for anyone, but
are you taking the piss off
quickly? Listen, your challenge last week, which was part of your therapy, was to not play chess for a week. You were banned. After all the nasty shit you did to me, you were banned from chess for a week. But that ended Friday at 8 p.m. or something. It's Sunday now. You have had a couple of days to either gain or lose ratings. I'm actually intrigued.
I didn't know it finished Friday. I genuinely haven't played chess. I swear to God. I genuinely didn't know it finished Friday.
Oh, that's brilliant. So you've given yourself an extra 2 days ban?
I haven't played. I've forgotten how to play. I've been craving chess all day. Like, I've been thinking, what do I do with my time now? Like, I just kind of look at my watch and I'm no closer to bedtime. But I just don't know what to do.
Oh, that has really made me happy. Tell me, Joe Fizz, then, how you got on with your challenge. No, ratings. We're talking ratings. Your ratings and challenge were just so linked this week, weren't they?
So yeah, my ratings, believe it or not, without the chess, haven't actually moved too much.
haven't moved at all. I was expecting you to have played and them to moved one way or the other, and we could discuss now how your challenge helped or hindered, but you've just got basically tits all for us, haven't you? Because you ballsed up your timescales and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I did find myself trying to sneak in a cheeky game here, cheeky game there, almost like a bit of a crack addict, just trying to get the
Tell us at the
addiction.
challenge section.
But I was thinking,
Sorry, Joe.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll save it. I won't say anything.
Save it. I mean, that's... Otherwise, people aren't going to listen, and it's coming up in literally 1 minute after I've told you my ratings.
Our people aren't listening anyway. But yeah, let's crack on.
You know what? Some people are, Joefers. Actually, I've even had a message from some guy on Twitter, nice guy, tweeted some of our stuff, which was really cool. And, yeah, very good. So, we have actually got one other listener, Joefers, other than your mum.
There we go. So that makes, 2 listeners. I'd settle for that.
Yeah. So, yeah, GT, thank you for tweeting our stuff. And if anybody else wants to tweet our stuff, it'd be amazing. Do it. My ratings, Joe, first. So, if you remember, Bullet, always on a downward slide. So, dropped from 892 to 887 to now 869. I'm hoping to get that right down to below 500 at some point. My Rapid also has took a dip, but I played a couple of games. It went from 1554 to 1527. I'm finding 10 minutes tricky. I don't know. I'm used to playing a lot faster now. And when I'm playing people that actually are taking their time and thinking about moves properly, they're sort of caning me a little bit.
Yeah, do you do that thing where you kind of play Rapid as if you're playing Bullet? So you got 10 minutes, but you try and make all your moves within a minute for some reason. You just kind of rush everything.
And then just balls them up anyway, because obviously when you're playing Bullet or Blitz, people are making more errors. And when you're playing Rapid, they're thinking about it and punishing you. That's what happened to me. But my Blitz, you remember about 3 weeks back or something, I was like languishing in the 800s. Mm-hmm. Well, that is now. So last week it had gone up 61 points to 1160. And this week it's gone up another 90-something points to 1256.
Okay,
so
decent.
Yeah, pretty much gone up about 350, 400 points in the last few weeks.
And what's been helping?
Playing Blitz helps. That really helped me get the points up. Obviously, you know what I'm going to say. Robert Ramirez, watched his videos. He was inspirational as well when we chatted with him last week. Mm-hmm. So I've been watching his videos. I'm playing and I'm just going to keep calling it the perk. I've been playing the perk for black. I need probably a better white opening. I'm still sticking with the King's Gambit because it's fun. And I'm winning some with it. But my black opening's a lot better. I'm also think I've been doing more tactical training, and also I've been back on chessable. You remember I said I was doing the 100 end games you should know?
Yeah, that was another thing that Robert recommended, wasn't it?
Yeah, doing end games. So yeah, I've been doing that and just getting stuck into a little bit of training, thinking a bit more. I don't know. I mean, chances are it's all going to drop again next week. It's a temporary blip. But at the moment, yeah, going well. Quite enjoying that. But yeah, I interrupted you before. You were telling us sort of about your challenge. So you were challenged not to play chess for a whole week because you'd been such a bastard to me. In your challenges, how did you get on with that then? Tell us your experiences as a non-chess player.
You know what? It's really annoying because it shouldn't have hurt me or annoyed me as much as it did, but it was just such a good idea from you because it really just messed with me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it just messed with my whole week. Joe. Every 10 seconds, like, I didn't realise how much of a hold and a grip that chess actually has on my life. Mm-hmm. And I just found myself trying to hide my addiction. I found myself trying to make separate accounts that you would maybe be following and stuff. Like, you follow all my accounts and stuff, and I'd get to the bit where I'm like typing in the password, and I just think, am I really this sad that like it's just for a stupid podcast, man? What am I doing? Like, I shouldn't be hiding it this hard.
Oi, it's not stupid.
Sorry,
podcast.
It's for a beautiful podcast.
Thank you.
And so I just kind of bottle it every time I did go to try and make a new account. I just thought, come on, it's just one more day. Okay, it's just one more hour, one more minute, whatever it is. And I ended up making it in the end, but I was just the amount of chess puzzles I've got through this week has just been ungodly.
Oh, good. Wow, I'm looking forward to seeing what the results of all that practice will be.
That's the thing. I'll be fucking shit at chess like, because I'm so out of practice of actually playing the games. But like, if I can get to within 4 moves of a checkmate, like a checkmate in 4, I'll be on fire. But it's just the first 50 moves, I'll be shocking.
Nah, you'll catch up. I mean, I just love the fact that you played no chess for 9 days now, or 10 days. I don't know, whatever it is, but that's so good. So,
Yeah,
you
you'd
were
think-
talking a few...
You'd think that with the lack of chess, I would have been having like a really interesting life, maybe reconnecting with friends, maybe writing a book, maybe, I don't know, traveling through the Alps or so. I've done fuck all.
What have you done? Like, can you actually put your finger on anything?
Oh, God. I've been... I was going to make... Yeah.
We don't need to know that.
No.
Especially while you're standing there naked. Just tell us some clean stuff for once. What have you been doing?
Sorry,
In
yeah,
fact,
I'm
we
trying to
haven't
make
even
the
talked about
podcast a
what
little...
you've been...
Yeah, I am trying to lean away from the rudeness in the podcast, and I had to bite my tongue. So,
You're too spicy, Jophers.
too spicy. So, what have I been doing?
Hold on. We're like completely mixing topics here. Now we're talking about what you've been doing this week. A minute ago we're talking challenge, then ratings. Stick with the challenge then. So, although it is, I suppose, tied in, isn't it? So, okay. So you haven't been playing chess. You've accepted you're a chess addict. You have, a few weeks ago, you talked to students at your college about addiction and stuff, and now you realise, and you sort of knew it at the time, but now you definitely know that you are a full-on chess addict. So obviously we can't really talk about chess much here because you didn't play any. You did your tactics and so on. But what did you do then? What have you been up to all week, Joe? First, enlighten us.
So I went Laser Quest for the first time since I was a kid the other day. So I went as an adult, and it was
Naked?
glorious. It was so good. It was
You were naked.
No. Sadly, for parts of it I was, because it was a dark room. You may as well. I like to play comfortable. I like to just, I don't know, get me in my element. But I got so into it. There was about 8 of us who went, and it was just like this pitch black room, and it just turns out like I don't know. Do you ever think, I should join the army? I'd be pretty good because I was so good at like maybe gun games on the PlayStation when you was younger and stuff. But when you're in a real life combat situation, I was such a pussy. I couldn't turn around the corner, and it wasn't even real guns. It's just lasers. But I found myself like not being able to turn around a corner through fear of being zapped by one of my friends. It was horrible.
Were you just sort of sat there trembling, thinking about chess?
Yeah, kind of. I found a nice dingy corner. Thought, right, I'm just going to hide away in here and just have a few chess games. Pull out my phone, and then thought, I can't even play chess because of the fucking challenge.
Yeah, plus the light from your phone would have given your position away, wouldn't it?
It really would have. And I think if I was in an actual war zone in like an actual battle, that is what would actually give me away. Just playing chess, just not being able to hold off for like another week or so until I'm out of the war zone, and someone just seeing like, I don't know, just seeing my chess radar or something. I'm not even making any sense at the moment. I'm so hot in this life.
Nah, it's fine, man. I mean, you're naked. You could have made a joke about bullet there and been a soldier and bullet and so on, but you didn't. I'm not gonna. Let's just move on.
There was funny jokes to be had, and I just didn't actually get a single one, so I apologise.
Yeah, don't worry, Joe Fizz, it's fine. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that challenge. I think you've done well. You've used your time unwisely. I like it.
Yep.
And it's taught you that you are a chess addict, but nothing wrong with being a chess addict, Joe Fizz.
There you go.
Except if you're a chess addict on a battlefield and getting shot at and stuff like that, it's bad.
It's not ideal. So how did you get on with your chess challenge this week?
It was lovely, Joe Fizz. So you, just a quick recap, you challenged me to play my first match of the day, knowing full bloody well that I always lose my first match of the day. You said if you win, carry on as normal, Al, that's fine. If you lose, you got to put on a full face of makeup and just wear it all day. So yeah, that was great. Thanks, Joe Fizz.
No worries.
Yeah, so how did I get on? All right then. First, so actually, this is also linked to my ratings. I think the reason my ratings went up in Blitz was because I was so bloody careful playing after I ended up wearing makeup on day one. So instead of normally just getting up and having a casual throwaway game of chess where I'd lose, I actually took my time. I studied, I did tactics first for at least an hour, 2 hours. Not sat there doing them for an hour or 2 hours, but over the first 2 hours when I would have snuck in an odd game of chess, I actually did tactics. I learnt stuff. My chessable courses, I hit them a little bit, and then eventually I'd nervously take a first game of chess. So on the first day, as I say, I lost. and my daughters took such care of me sort of applying this thick makeup. There's a picture of it on Twitter if anyone wants to see, of my eye makeup.
It was beautiful, by the way, if you don't mind me saying.
Thank you. So yeah, I had that on. It was a really hot day. Made me realise how makeup is such a shite idea, especially when it's caked on your face that much. And then my youngest daughter thought it'd be a good idea for me to go for a walk with it on. So I obliged, went for a little stroll. Didn't really get any funny looks. I guess it's just a normal thing these days for bald, grey-bearded men to walk around in makeup. Absolutely fine. Had a little walk, came home. The worst bit of this was taking it off. Taking makeup off is bloody horrible, man.
Oh, I thought you was just saying just going back to being an ugly bugger.
Yeah, once that filters off, I could see what I look like. I'm a broken
It's heartbreaking, isn't it? It's awful.
You've ruined me, you bastard. No, just taking it off. Jesus, what a ball ache that. My normal bedtime routine is a quick 3 minutes with a toothbrush, splash of cold water on the face. I'm done. Took me about maybe 10-15 minutes with these pad things, makeup remover. Still didn't all come off, especially because they actually put makeup on the top of my bald head as well and covered me in the stuff. So I had to then have a shower. It was just a real pain. And so, you know what? I wish I could come up with more funny stuff and say that I had to wear it for various other things. I actually won every first game of the day from therein.
That's just
You just taught me a lesson on day one. Yeah, you taught me a good lesson that I need to be more careful. I need to not treat them as throwaway games. I need to actually warm up a little bit, get the brain going, and then play. But, you know, makeup I might wear it again anyway, just for the hell of it, but not so thick and not on the top of my head and not on a hot day. That was horrible.
But it just shows that if there's something big at stake for these chess games, your chess just kind of goes through the roof, doesn't it? Your abilities just, they improve tenfold.
Exactly, Joe. So, yeah, thanks, man. Another good one from you there. Love that. I can't wait to hear what you got in store for me as well for this week. But I haven't told you what I've been up to this week. And earlier when I spoke to you, maybe a couple of days ago, I told you that I'd had a funny conversation with your mom about our chess challenges. And then I stopped. I said, I won't tell you anymore. I'll save it for the podcast.
Yep.
Basically, actually, yeah, it wasn't about the challenges, sorry. What it was, I was telling her that I said, you know, we interviewed Robert Ramirez. He's the first actual person who can play chess that has come on our podcast. In fact, he's the first person other than us two who's come on our podcast. Great guy, blah, blah, blah. I said, and Joe and I recorded the intro to the interview on Sunday. So, oh, yeah. I said, and you know, it's like we had a chance here to really sell the podcast, etc. I went, and Joe had to say, and then I went, oh, I can't tell you just now. I'm walking into a public toilet because at the time I was in the park, my daughter was kayaking, and I needed it, you know, need to have a piss, so I went in the toilet. I went, I can't tell you now, I'm in a pot. She went, no, tell me anyway. So I shut the cubicle door, but I didn't know somebody had walked in, and I said, so she said, yeah, what did Joe say? I went, right, yeah, it's hot in here. And somebody went, yeah, it is. And I went, and my balls are slipping off every surface, or my balls are sticking to every surface. And he went, yeah.
Oh, no, I love it.
Genuinely. And I was like, oh, God. And then I said something else. And when I walked out, there were two guys with Down syndrome washing their hands at the sink, who'd been listening into the conversation. They were lovely guys as well. So I sort of smiled, caught your mum off for a second, had a little chat with them and walked out. But yeah, that was great. That was highlight of my week. That was Joe first.
Oh, wow, that was
with
beautiful.
Someone in the toilet.
I should never be quoted in the bathroom. It's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant.
That is so good.
Yeah, that's what I've been up to this week. That was a highlight of my week.
I don't know why, but it's reminded me of something. I don't know if you remember this story, but on the way to the airport in Sicily, it was like a 3-hour taxi ride. It was me, you, the rest of the family, and I'd drinking like a 2-litre bottle of water, so I was busting for the loo. And we were only about 10 minutes away from Palermo Airport, but I just said to the taxi driver, like, I need to go. Like, I can't wait 10 minutes. Like, I will pee in your taxi. So I think ended up pulling over, and me and you went into like this weird kind of service station thing. I don't know if you remember this. It's like 6-7 years ago, and we both kind of ran into the toilet, and I think you needed it as well. And I went into the cubicle, and I just released like the biggest and kind of and then kind of came out of there, and all this man would have seen is me and you walking in there making that sound, and then kind of walking out maybe like 4 or 5 minutes afterwards, and not knowing enough Sicilian, I just can't really communicate to him that I was just yeah. It was
that
more
you're
like
in the toilets and it's perfectly normal to make those noises with your uncle. It's my uncle, it's fine. This is like the woman in the car park a few weeks back when we were doing a Wim Hof breathing.
Oh, no.
It's fine. It's my
Steaming
nephew.
up the windows.
Fine.
Yeah. Oh, bless. But no, I love that. Al.
Yeah, so that was great. But yeah, Jofers, let's talk challenges. Let's get back to challenges. I want to tell you what I've got lined up for you because it's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great one.
I'm ready.
But I want to hear yours first. What you got for me? Where are we going after the makeup challenge?
See, I struggle to know where to go with you because I think I'll give you something that I personally think is quite a hard challenge, and then you just either go and nail it or just become better and better at chess. And it's not what I want. I'm not that supportive. I want to kind of destroy you kind of mentally and emotionally.
You don't. Come on. That's what it's all about. You want me to improve. It's my counselling session as well, my therapy.
Okay, perfect. Well, this one, it's going to improve you physically. I just don't know what it will do for your chess. All I want you to do is play chess as normal. You don't have to do any weird gambits or weird openings or anything. But you just have to do one push-up or one sit-up or one pull-up every time you make a move. That's all you got to do.
One push-up, one pull-up, one sit-up.
Well, either or. You don't have to do like all three of them each time. So it can be a press-up, make a move, press-up, make a move, press-up, make a move. But do you know how many moves are in the average chess game? I looked it up earlier.
Tell me, Jofers.
620. No, I'm just. It's 40 moves.
So I could be doing like 40 physical exercise, 40 reps per match.
Essentially.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. So either you're going to get very hench or you're just going to stop playing chess.
This is the kickstart I need. Honestly, I've been like putting off going back to the gym. I've got a bit of a tennis elbow issue going on. So this could hurt. It could make or break me, as you say.
But this is what you can do the sit-ups if you want. If your elbow's hurting, go for the sit-ups.
I might do all three. Love it. I've started doing some stretching this week, so this fits in. I'm the sort of person I need that push. I need that motivation. I'm loving this, Jofers. You've actually sent me a lovely challenge. Thank you. I don't know how my chess will get on.
You're so annoyingly positive. Every time I think I've got something that will hurt or annoy you, you just smile and laugh through it. You just love it.
Oh, I love it. I love these challenges. I mean, you're just improving me mentally, physically. This one, I'm going to look great at the end of this week. I can't wait. First of all, you get me looking good in makeup. Now you're going to make me look good in, like, when I'm recording a podcast naked. I'm loving it. Thank you, Jofers.
Anytime.
Joffrey, you're the man.
Go on. What have I got for mine then this week?
Okay, Jofers. So, as you know, as anybody who listens in knows, it's Jofer's weekly chess therapy session. There's something that you've struggled with, which is your... Actually, let's not talk about what you've struggled with. Let me focus on a positive first. So, you work in a college, don't you?
I do.
And you're not a teacher, but you do instruct people, so to speak, I would imagine. I haven't got a clue what you do, but you probably do. You're good at teaching people shit. I mean, you've taught me stuff on the guitar. You're good at teaching stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay, Jofers. You deserve it. You also deserve this challenge, you bastard. So what I'd like you to do, Jofers, is teach somebody who can't play chess. I'd like you to just teach them how to play. This is stage one. This is part one of your challenge. Okay. So I've thought of 3 people potentially, or a 4th just came to mind. But so either maybe your mum, and I've spoke to your mum about chess. She really has no desire to learn whatsoever. She loves listening to this podcast, and she told me she can tell the difference between blitz, bullet, and rapid better than I can. But she has no interest in learning chess. But you might have to teach her. You just might have to. Okay. It's only for 1 week. Could be your dad. I mean, your dad would be great, teaching your dad to play chess. I'd love that. Could be your girlfriend. I don't know. Could be my dad, your granddad.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, teach someone to play chess, Jophers. That's part 1. So part 2 is where your therapy comes in a little bit.
Right.
So there is stuff, you hold on to stuff, don't you? We know this. There's something that you're holding on to quite dearly. That thing is what? Can you tell us?
Oh,
No, I'm not talking about you standing there naked holding on to something quite dearly right now,
Metaphorically.
which you probably are to stop yourself pissing yourself at this challenge. But what you're holding on to in the chess world,
my rapid rating.
which is 1,800, yeah?
Yeah.
You just can't.
I already.
you just can't let it go, can you? You just can't let that rating go.
I
It's
already
like
know
you
where this is
need
going.
to let it go to improve. You do, don't you? Only one game. That's all I ask for. One game. Give them your phone or whatever, logged in as you. When you're happy the student has become the master and you've trained them up, give them the phone, go on Rapid, on the account where you've got the 1,800, and let them have a game.
Oh.
You can even post the game afterwards on TikTok or something.
Right, okay.
Just post, but go on the game. You could do a reaction video, that'd be even better. Let them do it. I mean, obviously, you're a great teacher. The chances are they're going to win, aren't they? Wouldn't you say?
So I need to teach someone to get to 1,800 level in 7 days. And this can't be someone who's played chess before.
No, 6 days maybe. 6 days.
I don't even know who I could go to. How do I know who might potentially be a grandmaster waiting to be kind of unlocked?
Like a prodigy or child prodigy or... Well, what I think is, think who you spend the most time with. So, obviously, you know, someone your age, mid-20s, they would say girlfriend, but I know it's your mum.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
So, I don't mean your girlfriend's your mum.
No.
Because that's just weird, because she's my sister.
Yeah, but I could do a lot worse. She's a lovely woman.
Anyway, teach your mum maybe to play chess. Or your dad. I think your dad would give it the attention it deserves. I know he would. Put some thrash metal on, sit there with your dad, knock back a beer or something, play a bit of chess, teach him to play, lose your 1,800 rating. You'll only go down to 17. Actually, though, you know, if you haven't played for a long time, don't you lose more points when you play because the confidence level is less?
Is that really true?
I think so.
Oh, man. Can I... Oh, okay. Do I get to
I tell you what.
appeal this challenge at all?
Nah.
Okay.
But I tell you what, well, you can go on then. I'll allow you to appeal it. Go on then. Do you want to appeal it?
Yeah, can I appeal it, please?
You can appeal it, but the appeal has been denied.
Okay, well, you know what, it was worth a shout.
It was worth a shot. I mean, I did think about it seriously for a split second, potentially. But yeah, no, denied.
I
but I was going to say, you find a chess prodigy in the city or something. You've got to find someone. Obviously, you won't know they're a chess prodigy. Look for a kid who recognises patterns quite well, or something like that. I don't know.
I'm not going to go into playgrounds asking quick kids and quizzing them about patterns, and it just...
No, don't do that. No, don't do that. I tell you what. To soften the blow, and this also will help with your 1,800 therapy. If you don't want to lose hundreds of points initially, you could play a bit first and hopefully get it up to 1,900, 2,000 and then lose points.
Right, okay.
Or because you haven't played any rapid chess for a long time, potentially, you could end up going down to 1,600 just on your own steam and then let them take it even lower for you. Just one game, I mean, you know. And then you know what will happen? The way I look at it, sorry, Jeff, the way I look at it, you're probably going to lose rating points on this. Then you'll realise, actually, these points aren't important. What's important is I'm going to get back on the rapid horse. I'm going to start riding that horse again, and I'm going to make that rating climb. And you're going to... Because we have discussed, we want you to get to 2,000, don't we? That's going to be a little series we're going to potentially do. Jofa's climb to 2,000 or decline to whatever we can force you down to. And this is the start. How do you feel about this one? Well, it sounds like you're very confident and happy.
Yeah, you're just lucky you live about 50 miles away, because I genuinely would roundhouse kick you if you was...
Did I not read the room correctly there? You're not happy about this.
I'm not ecstatic, I'm not going to lie. I'm not feeling best pleased. But it'll be fun to let that 1,800... You know it won't. I'm trying to mask my pain, but I'm crying on the inside. I've got a preposition for you, though. First of all, is it preposition or proposition? Prep.
It's proposition, but I think a preposition is what precedes a proposition, potentially. I don't know. Maybe you've just... I don't know. Carry on.
Well, let me...
What is it?
I'm going to preposit my proposition then. I've got a friend who... He has played chess before, but I don't think he'd be very good. He doesn't strike me as a good chess player at the moment. I think he's probably... He's like a casual player and plays maybe like once or twice a year on like a physical board. If I had to guess his elo, I'm guessing it'd be around like 300, 400... Like, it won't be very high. Would I be okay to teach him this week? Or is that a no? Because he actually wants to come on the podcast at some point. I was speaking to him the other day. He does.
Okay, you know what? I think this could make for some good listening. If he's up for it, then, yeah, teach him all week. And then let's see how your mum gets on when she plays that game.
All right. Yeah, no worries.
No. Genuinely, teach this imaginary friend all week, and then get this person on the show, and they can talk about how they got on with this challenge. That'd be great. I'd love that.
But you know what? No, I'm doing a big U-turn. Who's to say that Mum won't be like a massive grandmaster on the inside just because she hasn't got any kind of chess playing kind of qualities? I reckon she could. Yeah, she'll be fine.
You said who's to say? I'd say I'm to say she won't, and your mum herself will say. I mean, I know Angie listening to this right now as you're doing your workout, because she likes to listen to the podcast while she's working out, and I know you're just hating the sound of this challenge. So almost I'm challenging you and Joe, so that's great.
No, I have full faith in it. This is going to be egg on your face. She's the one who's going to get me to that Grandmaster title.
It may be. Yeah, but it'll be her doing it, and then I'm going to report you to chess.com for cheating.
Snitches get stitches, though.
Yeah. Joe first. Teach your friend. I think that we can get him on the show, and I'm saving your mum the pain.
All right. Well, I'll think about it. Now, the fact that you want me to teach my friend makes me think that you secretly think that Mum might be a secret grandmaster, and she might. I don't know. I think you're getting a little bit worried.
I am very worried. Cat's out the bag.
Right. Yeah. But thank you for this chess challenge. It's going to be egg on your face.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Okay, Joe first. Chess news. World chess news. We like to keep it current. To say what's going on in the world of chess. Anything?
Nah, I got nothing. You?
Nothing.
Perfect.
I haven't followed any chess at all this week.
Good stuff.
Or any week generally.
Good stuff. Yeah, maybe we should do more to look out for chess news.
I suppose, but you know what I think, right? We're like a chess podcast for average Joes, hopefully. Most people, like a lot of people don't really give a shit about what's going on in the world of chess. Some do, and nothing wrong with that, but some of us just play the game for a bit of fun, and also to set challenges for other stupid players, and that's all we do it for. So maybe we don't need to worry about this chess news business, but next week if we've got some, if anything happens, we can mention it, couldn't we? Perfect. We will. I'll keep an eye out for it. Do that, Joe. First, do it. So we said we'd talk about like chess journeys, your chess journey, your chess journey to almost making it as a grandmaster until your mum took over. Should we do that? Should we just talk about this? Do you think anybody'd be interested? I mean, I think people might be interested because looking at Twitter, I can see there's a lot of people who are chess improvers, adult improvers, people who've learnt the game later in life. And some of them would love to be 1800 and your other higher stats than me and your blitz and your bullet, etc. People would love all that. And they aspire to that. How have you done it, Jofers? When did you start playing chess?
I came to it really late. I think I was 22. And considering Magnus Carlsen was a grandmaster when he was 12, I think it's I'm playing catch up big time. Like, I don't think I'll hit that grandmaster level until I'm at least 34. Depends how good your mum gets at chess. Exactly. So I really need to train her up. But I think it's one of those where I think they do say if you do want to become a grandmaster and whatnot, you do have to start proper young, don't you? But I remember... who is this they? That's what they say. And I mean, history probably proves them correct. But Joe, I mean, you could be the exception. Your mum could be the exception. We don't know. Who knows? I mean, I just love having that challenge of even if I know that it's probably very, 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 very unlikely that I'll hit Grandmaster level, it's nice to have something to kind of work towards and kind of strive towards.
Your challenge this week, then, I'm adding to your challenge. It's also to become a Grandmaster by next week. How are you feeling about that?
Easy, Al. Honestly, that's money in my pocket. This is the push I needed. But yeah, going back to chess journeys, I remember I always wanted to learn chess, but just thought like I couldn't for whatever reason. Like it was just a really kind of smart game, and obviously being an average Joe, I was like, yeah, I just can't get into it. And I found out that a friend of mine actually knew how to play. And I was like, it just really took me by surprise that someone I knew played chess, because it didn't seem like, I think it was fairly big when you was growing up, and it's massive now. But when I was growing up, like everyone just played football. No one really played chess. Like no one talked about it. It wasn't in the news. There wasn't chess YouTubers or TikTokers or this and that. So when I found out this person played chess, I was like, oh, you got to teach me. And they taught me. And I think it was at Christmas, and then I remember going down to yours and mentioning to you, he's like, oh, I've just started playing chess. Like I'm hooked. I'm like just obsessed with it. You told me you played chess, and then I played against you. And I just remember you being like, what the fuck are you doing? Because my friend had just taught me the complete wrong rules. It was just... And
why the hell did I ruin this? Why didn't I just let you believe that's how chess was
played? So my friend was under the what's the word? Under the... What's the word, Al? My mind's gone blank. I'm having a bit of a brain fart. Under the impression...
was on the spectrum.
They were under the impression that all you had to do was check the other person's king, and that was checkmate.
Yeah.
So the games would last about 5 seconds. It would just, you'd move a few pieces, and then there'd be a check, and you'd be like, bollocks, good game. And I remember you playing, and I think I maybe checked you or something, and you just moved your king, or you blocked it, and I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? I also remember you castled, and I'd never seen that before, and I just thought you was making these rules up on the spot. And don't get me started on when you did en passant for the first time. I was like, this guy's definitely taking the piss.
This is just making me so upset. I'm just thinking, like, what a wasted opportunity I had there. I could have taught you the wrong rules. I could have played you for money, couldn't I?
You really could have
lulled you into a false sense of security that you were really good, that you were in fact a prodigy at chess, and then just thrashed you. And I just threw it away and actually taught you to play, and now your ratings are higher than mine.
It's so nice to see how caring and supportive you are, and I really appreciate that.
That's all right, Jofers. Yeah, so you started at 22. You played here at Christmas. Your brother played as well, didn't he? Did you both learn at the same time?
Yeah, so he learned at Christmas with you.
Yeah.
So I think he also maybe always wanted to learn. So when he kind of saw us playing chess, the three of us kind of all started playing together, playing with each other and whatnot. And then me and Luca, we got a chessboard, and we need to get him on the podcast at some point as well. It'd be great.
Oh, I think he's going to come on. He's going to love this. Yeah, we'll get him on as well.
I actually found a picture of me and Luca playing chess at yours. So it would have been the first year that we kind of learnt chess, and I'm there with like pink dyed hair because I think one of your daughters had accessed. I think they'd been bought like a hair dye kit or something, and
that's it. Yeah,
the left side of my head is just all pink, and just it's beautiful.
No, not that's the same. They dyed my beard as well, if I remember.
Yeah,
it was like multicoloured dye as I went out. That's great. And so prior to this, you had a life outside of chess. Do you realise that? That's like this week, no chess.
Define life.
You did tactics all week. I don't know, man. There is chess is life, isn't it, for you now, Jofers?
Yeah, I don't know what I did prior to that. Like, I was never a big socialiser, was I? I can't remember. I just played loads of football, and then so I think chess is my new football now that I'm kind of old and arthritic and whatnot, and like my bones creak. It's just I can't play as much football as I'd like to. So when I play like bullet chess or something, it's just like, I don't know, it's the same adrenaline rush in it. I love it. How about yourself though, Al? How did your chess journey begin?
Do you know what, Jofers? We're like 38 minutes into this podcast. Why don't we do mine another week? I can't be arsed.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, let's just talk about you.
Because to be fair, I wasn't actually interested. It was a bit of an empty...
No one is. Okay, I'll give you a little taste. I started when I was 4 years old.
Really?
So that's why I'm absolutely gutted I'm not a grandmaster right now. Yeah, played a lot when I was younger, when I was 4. But that's going back to the 1970s, so it's a bit different. But what I want to know is what people might want to know. So you started playing chess, and you started playing on chess.com, I'm guessing. Also, I'm not guessing because I know you did.
Yep.
And yeah, like your ratings have climbed and climbed and climbed. Obviously, they've dropped at times and climbed, but you're actually much better than I am. Possibly, I mean, maybe over the board. I'm going to beat you.
I don't think I am better than you or Luca. I'm not even just saying that.
Oh, why are your ratings higher?
I think I have quieter playing conditions, which to most people doesn't sound like much, but genuinely, like, you guys play in, I don't know, chaotic conditions. You got families, you got responsibilities, you got this, and that. Me, I just play my chess at like 1 a.m. and it's just dead silent. And it's just, I don't play games on the toilet too much where I might have to end halfway through. You guys just play in really inappropriate situations and probably lose so much rating points just to abandoning games halfway through.
But do you think maybe you care more about ratings than we do then? Maybe I'm just using ratings as a gauge as to where I am. I'm not that bothered. I just want to enjoy playing and I want to win more, obviously, but I'm not bothered. We've talked about it before. You do care about the ratings. And so you think the secret to getting a good score is actually getting a good rating, is to actually just concentrate on your chess a little bit more and just like actually play at appropriate times.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to concentrate on your games. Like, it depends what you're in it for. If you're like you, where you just kind of, how can I put it? You just got a spare few minutes, you think, I'll just play a bit of chess just to enjoy it. That's fine, but like, I enjoy that as well sometimes, but I'd rather do that on a practice account so I like to gauge if I'm improving, because I do find the whole chess journey quite addictive. I'd love to see like what my peak rating could be. I'd like to see what I can kind of end up achieving. And yeah, I do kind of try and keep that intact, if that makes any sense. So I don't want to kind of ruin it by abandoning the game halfway through because I started a game whilst skiing down a ski slope or something stupid. Oh
yeah, that's not a good one.
It's not a good one.
Downward slope for your rating too.
It would be.
That's bad, wouldn't it? So Jofers, so the secret to your success is playing with yourself playing chess at appropriate times rather than inappropriate times.
Yep.
But you're big on your tactics, aren't you?
Yeah, big on my tactics. I'm not as big on openings, if I'm honest, because I've got a decent memory and whatnot, but I don't know what it is. It's similar to what Robert said, Robert Ramirez, about how you can learn all the openings you need and stuff, but if someone takes you out of that opening theory, you bugger, don't you? So I just learn to play chess, and I also think in the lower ratings and whatnot, the person who wins is probably just the one who tries harder and thinks harder, doesn't rush their moves. And the biggest thing for me was whenever I used to play, I only ever used to start thinking once I kind of fell behind within the game, if that makes any sense. Whereas now, I just think, I may as well think of every move. Why am I moving this? Like, don't just move a piece and hope for the best. Just think, well, I'm going to put my knight here because, I don't know, it just looks cool, innit?
But what's on the chessboard?
Yeah.
Is that what's your sweet spot, Jofers, then in times? Joe, do you know what? While you answer this, I'm just going to open the door in here because it's like a sauna.
Honestly, I've had the window open the whole time. Like,
fresh air.
I stood up about 3 minutes ago, and like my arse has just got this sweat imprint on my bed. It's disgusting.
No more naked Jofers images. Nobody wants that. Nobody.
Ow, everybody wants that, and they're going to get it whether they want it or not.
Is this part of your like success story? Your sweaty arse prince playing naked in the window at home in a boiling hot loft.
I just want to be the first.
Is that an appropriate time?
Yeah, I just want to be the first nudist grandmaster. Cement myself in the history book.
Oh, nice, Jofer. So, what your ratings are? What 1800 rapid, probably about 1600 for bullet or something like that in that range. You don't play blitz as much. So, what's your sweet spot? I was going to say for in games. Is it? And you might have already answered this. I just wasn't listening to you. Was it? Was it? Like your sweet spot in time? Is it like bullet, blitz? What do you think that you exceed? Because what I'm getting at here, you said like playing almost like you play on autopilot sometimes without thinking. But I can't, I need time to think. That 5 minutes isn't even enough for me half the time. I need a bit longer thinking time. I haven't got that quick brain that can think of the bullet moves. I just move pieces around in bullet. Do you actually think when you're playing it then?
When I'm playing bullet?
I don't know. Yeah, you're looking at it and thinking, there's a tactic here. I'm just moving things around. I think your brain works a bit faster than mine.
I think you're kind of doing yourself a disservice there. I think... a lot of what I do is kind of just guesswork. I think if you can just move faster and kind of just be annoying, be creative, and just kind of pose challenges to the other player. You don't have to be good. You don't have to be finding the best move in every position. But if you can just be like really, really irritating and just keep kind of poking them in the eye and just keep kind of, I don't know, just really be frustrating to play against. Then, like I was watching, I think it was Hikaru against someone, and it came down to like the last 10, 15 seconds, and he was in such a shit position, but he was just making these really weird moves that weren't even like the best move in their position, but it just made the other person think for a second, and before you knew it, the clock had just drained so much. And yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, yeah, I'm saying all this, I just move it randomly and hope for the best.
Ah, bullshit. I think you know what you're doing. I think with a bit of training, and you know, if you do a bit more chess studying, more tactics, I think you're going to be smashing it, Jofers. I think we're going to do a thing, aren't we, where we try and get you up to 2,000 on chess.com. I'm looking forward to this one. But first of all, you're going to take a drop. Hold on, we're getting you up to 2,000, but what would you like to get it in? All three categories or all three time groups, or would you like something?
I couldn't care less, to be fair. I think I would like to hit that number. It's probably going to be in Rapid because that's just what I'm best at. It's just because Rapid is longer than Bullet and Blitz, it just gives you more time to kind of type into Google what the best move is for that given position and then kind of make that move.
Oh, I hope you get banned.
I know. I would like to say to chess.com, if they are listening, that I don't actually do that.
Really?
No, genuinely, I've never understood cheating. It's such a weird.
That's just bullshit. What's the point?
I've never understood it. I always get these rating points back from chess.com saying it turns out you played against a cheater. Yeah. Here's 10 points or whatever it is. Why would someone do it?
It's just bloody stupid, isn't it? Jofers, you know what? Your chess journey is fascinating as it is. I'm like bored shitless. Should we just move on to what we've been exceptionally loving, then just wrap this thing up for the week?
Let's do it. I think it's time.
Oh, so anything? You've been we're exceptional lovers, as our song says. And what have you been exceptionally loving, Jofers?
The first thing that came to mind for me about what I've been loving exceptionally this week is surprise drinks. So just drinks that you're not
jump
expecting.
Out on you and stuff.
Yeah, just drinks that you didn't expect coming. So I've been going to car dealerships all weekend, and then I don't know whether they'll just come over and like, oh, we got a fridge over here, help yourself to a drink, and you go in there, and like this one had like San Pellegrino lemonade and stuff. It was beautiful and
nice.
Yeah, and the other day I was in a pub and my friend wanted to order a pizza, but they didn't have the app on their phone, so we had to order it through my phone, and you could get a free alcoholic beverage for it, but obviously they didn't drink alcohol, so they got it for me. But they were just like, I'm just going to order you something completely random. I'm not even going to ask what you're into. And they ended up just ordering me something that I just fell in love with, man. It was like a Dead Man Fingers rum or something like that.
It was what?
Dead Man Fingers rum.
I heard it. I heard a dead man's dingus.
Yeah, dead man dingus bum. It was
What the hell is a dead man's dingus? It's like rum with a little sausage in it or something.
A
little
was
rotten
beautiful.
sausage, a dead man's dingus.
Honestly, once you have a dead man's dingus, you never go back.
Oh,
it was gorgeous. It was a game changer.
Oh, surprise drinks. So, a tip for you here, estate agents. They'll do you a nice espresso, and they've got a fridge as well. Go into an estate agent, pretend you're buying a house.
Al, one look at me and they will know that I don't have the money to buy a house.
Okay, go into your car dealership, get your free drink there, take out a car for a test drive, stop off at estate agents, and then do it that way, and give the impression that you're loaded.
Could be
make it a nice car.
Yeah,
it's another. Well, again, it wouldn't surprise you now that I've told you this. You need to find places where you get surprise drinks.
Say that again, sorry.
It wouldn't surprise you, would it? Because we've just discussed it. So if you went into an estate agent, it's a waste of time. But how about if people send you surprise drinks via however they can send stuff in?
I am not putting my postcode out on this podcast. Not a chance.
I would love to know what sort of surprise drinks people would send you. Oh, it'd be so good.
Anyway, what have you been exceptionally loving, Al?
Okay. So last night, so I had the night to myself, essentially. Saturday night, had hours to myself with time to kill. What would any man do with time to himself? Got the laptop out, and, cracked one bottle of cider open.
Okay.
And drank a bottle of cider, and basically just watched old Bobby Fischer interviews and then watched Bobby Fischer games.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, spent about 3 hours doing that.
And if your family weren't listening to this podcast, would you tell us?
Oh,
what
I'll
you
tell
actually
the
did with that
truth.
laptop?
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you the truth. But now let's pretend. So, yeah, I've basically I started listening to this book on Bobby Fischer's life. And I don't know anything about him. It just came up in my Audible suggestions. And it was about 9 or 11, I can't remember, hours long. And I thought, well, that'll occupy me for 9 or 11 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I started listening to it yesterday on something else I've been exceptionally loving, which is a zero gravity garden chair that I bought from Argus for like 40 quid or something.
Okay.
So I was just lying back on that in the shade in the garden, listening to the Bobby Fischer book. Fell asleep within about 10 minutes or something.
Oh.
Lovely little snooze. Woke up and thought, God, I missed loads of that book, but I think it was good. So then thought, you know what, I'll go and watch some old Bobby Fischer stuff. So interviews from when he was younger, when he was just about to play in the World Championship. Interviews from when he was older and clearly not the guy he was when he was younger.
Seems like a cool guy, though. Kind of guy we could get on the podcast at some point.
Potentially. I mean, if he wasn't dead, he'd probably be and a recluse in his old age and maybe slightly crazy. Potentially, but I mean, it hasn't stopped us. We could maybe get him on.
I feel like he'd still bring more energy and good vibes than we do.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And he knows a bit more about chess than we do, maybe.
Oh, I think you're pushing it there, Al.
But yeah, so that was it, really. I just really enjoyed that last night. It just felt nice. I was tired, but I just did it for 2-3 hours. I lost track of time. Enjoyed it. And that's it, Jofers. That's what I've exceptionally loved this week. Next week, I'm going to exceptionally love listening to how your rapid rating has dropped massively because of this challenge. Oh, what a week. It's going to be a great week. I'm looking forward to it. Should we wrap it up, Joe?
Let's wrap it
You
up.
had enough? You had enough? How long we've been going? Like 50-some minutes? Something
Bollocks, has it
Let's-
been? I'd also like to. I'd like to apologise for the first half hour as well. I feel like this ain't been my funniest or my most interesting. Not that I've set the standard high or anything, but it's so hot, man. I'm
bar's
just
low.
not thinking straight.
Jofers, the bar is low. You're naked. Which bar are we talking about? Nobody knows. What I was thinking before we go, Jofers, any advice on, like, well, not necessarily from you, but like from Magnus about how you can win more matches, how average Joes like us could win more matches? Why don't we finish the show with a bit of Magnus? Do it, Jofers. I'm out. We finished?
We're finished.
Let's call it a day. Magnus, over to you.
This is how we win. Just play like an absolute fucking idiot.